Okay, hello there, and thank you for tuning in. Wanna talk today about rejection and not only Audio Jungle but Pond 5 and other sites, and how can that affect our performance and our state of mind. In the beginning, when I started uploading songs and music to Audio Jungle, I got my few first tracks accepted, and I was over the moon and I was thrilled. It never occurred to me that I could get a rejection. By the fifth track, I did get my first rejection, and it just broke my heart. It just, the emotions are just undescribable. Uh, and the problem was not just because I got a rejection, and the problem is that I didn't have any other songs or any other music in the pipeline. Uh, from that point on, I started making music from a place of fear and a place of hurt, and obviously the next track got rejected again, and you go down that downward spiral, if you will, when it comes to rejection, because we're so hurt and we're so like it's such a finite or such a it's like a wall, really, and we experience rejection in life in many areas. I'm sure you have. We all have faced rejection. Even but with the music, it's such a personal thing for us. Because we work by ourselves making this thing and composing and arranging it and packaging, and then when you upload it, then it's the waiting, and to receive an email that it says your song, your track has been rejected and you cannot upload them again. I get that feeling. So I got my fair share of rejections, and I see that as feedback, really. The people that have contacted me and reach out, I really appreciate that, because I did the same thing in the beginning and said, not only with rejection, but how can I be better? I want my music to sound like the other guys. But we're coming from a place of fear. We're coming from a place of hurt. We're coming from a place of of deep emotional attachment to our music. So my advice to you, if you're getting rejections after rejections, is to not only make more music, but don't be attached to the music itself. I got a rejection 2 days ago. I get my fair rejections every now and then, but that's because it's hard for me not to actually think a little bit outside of the box and maybe try something different. And I got a rejection a few days ago on a pop rock track. I have many indie pop rock tracks that are doing very well, at least for me. And maybe I did something a little bit off the wall for this market, and I got a hard rejection. I don't take it as something so personal anymore. I take it as feedback, and I just move on. Maybe I will upload it to somewhere else, some other non-exclusive accounts that I have. But when I get a rejection, I already have like 10 more songs in the pipeline, and I'm working already on some new stuff. So I'm not emotionally attached to my music anymore. I do it with love and care, obviously, but I don't hold on to it like I used to in the past. And and I have a lot of music that I've done. Sometimes I don't even remember what that track is that got rejected. I have to go back to my portfolio in my computer, in my hard drive, and actually listen to it. I have a vague idea, but I'm always wondering what was the reason for the rejection. And when I listen to it, funny enough, after the rejection, I said, like, well, actually, if I look at from an outsider's perspective, yes, maybe it's not up to maybe that day when I made it, it was like, oh my god, it's the dog's bollocks, or is this amazing shit. But maybe it wasn't. We are allowed to have a shit idea, to have a bad idea. That's valid as well in the creative world. But because it's a rejection that is in our face, it's like it's not good enough for this market or whatever. We take it personally, and we shouldn't. We should see it as a feedback, and we should see it as like, okay, but I should have more songs. If that's the only song you have, and you're betting all your things on that's wrong. We need to have so much more music than just one song. And the other thing is to actually as well, after getting a rejection, we're not composing for the reviewer, okay? because we tend to do that. At least I did. And like, well, hold on a second. I'm getting rejection after rejection, so I'm gonna make a new song for the reviewer to get past the review process. And the answer is no. We're composing music to our customers, and our customers are video makers and other creators. So the reviewer, they just like quality control in a way, but we're not composing for the reviewers. You know, there's a massive difference there. And I just want to make sure that I share my experience when it comes to rejection. Even quite recently, I saw one elite authors on Audio Jungle making a thread on the forum and saying like, you know, I got a rejection, and you know, these guys have more sales than I do, and they're a little bit ahead, if you will. But even they get rejections. Now, I don't agree with what they do. You know, I will never go to the forum and say, how dare I got a rejection. You know, I'm in this position and now I got a rejection after me having this position in this marketplace, and share the track, and then people saying, yes, it's good, it's not good. Just because you're an elite author as well, that doesn't mean that you're immune to rejection, you know? You should go through the same funnel of quality, and you know, so it's not what happens when we get the rejection, it's what we do, you know, after the rejection and while this process is happening. Don't waste your time and analyzing it too much. Don't waste your time. It could be actually even a good track, you know, and it could be the track that, you know, wow, the one hit. But maybe not, you know, so you have to move on. We have to like really push forward and have more music. And my philosophy is always the same. It's not a one-hit wonder kind of thing. For me, it's more important to actually build a muscle for getting better in composition, and to have that strength that when somebody says that track is not good enough, you don't get hurt, you know. You actually say, try to look at it from a different perspective and say, what can I have done better in this situation? And or maybe actually that's a good track, I disagree with a reviewer, so I'm going to take that song and put it on my non-exclusive portfolio, which I have done, and actually got sales on the other side. So you know, it's what you do, you know, with the whole rejection process. You know, you can, you know, choose to go to the forum, upload your track, and share it with the other members and see if you can get some insight. That to me is a waste of energy sometimes, you know, in my opinion. Deep down inside, you know what you need to do. Deep down inside, you know what you did wrong. And if you don't, you have to dig deeper, you know, and past that emotional attachment to your music and to your art. You know, because it's all very subjective, you know. When we see a painting, you say, well, what the hell is this? My kid could have done that. But then you realize that there is, you know, some amazing artist or some amazing painter or famous painter. So it's very subjective. Who decides what is good, what is art, and what is not? Or when we go to the movies and you see a film, you say like, well, that was an amazing film. And then the person next to you might say, well, actually, no, it was quite shit. And that happens everywhere. In Hollywood, it's all the time. It's like that, you know, this amazing budget for this film, and then it becomes a failure. That's a form of rejection because people don't turn up after all the marketing and everything. And you can have like an A-lister actor in it, but that's a form of rejection. People not buying to go and see that film. So you know, that's my 2 cents when it comes to rejection. Just this is not the only video I'm gonna do about rejection. Actually, I wanna carry on, but I don't want to drag it too much today. Let's just keep focused on one thing. We're making music not to pass, not for the reviewers to say yes, it's good enough. We're making music for our customers, and our customers are other people who are making videos, who are making content, and they need music. So we have to think from that point of view. And above all, just don't be emotionally attached to your music. You know, we do it with love, but once it's in the world, it's out there. It will have a life of itself, and it will stand. You know, it will be judged, and you must have that strength within you to let it withstand that criticism from the outside, and let it be alive on its own 2 feet. You know, without you protecting it so much. That will be it. And again, thank you very much for subscribing and for reaching out. And you know, feel free to contact me, leave comments below, And let me know if you want me to talk about something else, and hopefully I can drop these videos a little bit more often like I have mentioned. And thanks again, man. Rock and roll, and have an amazing day. All right.